On paper, you're doing fine, maybe even well, but underneath it, there's this quiet, constant hum, a feeling that everyone else got a head start, that you're running to catch a train that already left the station. You're not lazy, you're not failing. So why won't that feeling go away? Here's the uncomfortable answer. Because you're measuring yourself against a finish line that was never real. And once you see how it was built, it loses almost all of its power. Start with the timeline in your head. Successful by 25, settled by 30, fully figured out by 35. Those aren't laws of nature. They're a script someone handed you, and you never checked who wrote it. Because the actual data laughs at it. MIT studied thousands of company founders and found the average age of a successful one isn't 20-something. It's 45. A 50-year-old is nearly twice as likely as a 30-year-old to build a top-performing company. The milestones you're panicking about missing were marketing, not biology. Real life runs on a far longer clock than the one you were sold. Now the second trick, you compare your inside to everyone else's outside. You know your own doubt, your messy middle, the 2 a.m. worry that you're falling behind. But from everyone else, you only see the outside, the announcement, the photo, the highlight. You're weighing your full, unedited reality against other people's press releases. And it's worse than that, because your feed isn't even reality. It's an algorithm, tuned to show you the top fraction of a percent, the rarest wins, on repeat. You're not losing a race against your peers. You're losing a race against a montage. And here's the part that quietly breaks the whole machine. The people you're sure are ahead of you, most of them don't feel ahead either. Psychologists have a name for it, the arrival fallacy. You hit the goal you were certain would finally make you feel like you'd made it, and the feeling doesn't show up. The bar just moves, which means the sense of being behind was never really about your position on the track. You would feel it standing at the very front of the line. It's not a measurement of your life. It's a setting in your head. This isn't harmless. Chasing a finish line that doesn't exist, you start quitting the things that were quietly working because they're not fast enough to match the fake clock. You rush a life that was never meant to be linear. You trade a real path for one that just looks quicker from the outside. The comparison doesn't only hurt, it pulls you off your own road to go lose on somebody else's. Now let me be honest, because empty comfort is its own kind of lie. Yes, some people genuinely are further along than you in specific things. Pretending that's not true helps no one, but ahead and behind only means something on a single, shared track, and that track doesn't exist. Your life isn't a race with lanes and a bell. It's a path that only you are standing on, and on a path with one person on it, there is no such thing as behind. So the fix was never to run faster. It's to see clearly. The clock was invented, the milestones were marketing, the feed is an edit, and the people ahead are just as unsure as you. Late is mostly a story you're telling yourself. Drop it, and the only honest question left isn't, am I behind? It's, what's the next real step on my path? That question actually has an answer. Behind never did. You were never behind. You were running someone else's race on a clock that doesn't exist against a highlight reel that isn't real. Put those three things down, and the panic has nothing left to stand on. But there's a deeper question hiding underneath all of it. Why you needed to be ahead in the first place? Who taught you that your worth was a position on a track? Next time, we open that box.